How's the store going, Nicole?
None of your business.
I want my sex tonight.
More biggie.
You're a user, Mohammed.
I did the BJ, no for real.
Bitch ass, slut ass whore.
You don't like it?
Why are you wasting money going to Grenada?
Who is the damn queen? We'll die. Good night.
Hello, hello. Welcome to a new episode of 90 Day Fiance, I Want My Podcast. Live from our storage facility, I'm Jenna Neymar, and here's my co-host,
Miguel Perez.
That's right, you're Miguel Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to talk about 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, episodes 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
They were a two-parter this week.
They were.
And we hesitated to release part 1, even though they released it last Sunday, the 26th or something like that, because we wanted to do both together and we didn't want to have any spoilers for our audience. So you're welcome, you guys.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that they watched it too?
Not if they watch it on live. Like, not if they watch it on the channels. The cable channels. If they have the app, the TLC Go app, then you can watch it in advance. For example, for this week, you can watch episode 8 in advance. And I think that's another part 1 of 2 that will be aired next Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So there's a lot to talk about this week. It starts out with Colty and Larissa, and Colchi takes his main wife, Debbie, cat shopping. They go and buy some, whatever she wants. Whatever she wants, and it comes to $43.43, which is the amount that keeps Debbie happy in that relationship.
Do you know what he got?
It looks like they got some cat toys, some cat treats maybe, and some food. Just like cat extra stuff. Cat accessories, if you will.
Yeah. It
was a weird shopping spree. It reminded me of someone a family getting divorced, and the dad takes the kid to go get a hamster and all the stuff for the hamster to make him happy.
And what does she do?
Debbie?
Yeah.
Debbie, they talk a little bit about what Larissa told them. So Larissa in the previous episode revealed to Debbie that she has kids.
Yeah.
And Colchi knew.
He knew.
And they kept it from Debbie because they didn't think that she could handle it, I guess.
Yeah, she felt betrayed.
Yeah, she felt so betrayed, and now she's on her guard about Larissa. She thinks that there's so much more that Larissa is dishonest about in general. But
yeah,
I
that always
think that
throws
Debbie's
me off.
right. What throws
when
you
people
off?
If things are fine, which in their case they were fine. They weren't that crazy. I mean, they were crazy, but they weren't like that one secret about her having kids. It had no effect on anything.
What do you mean?
Did anything
on
change?
their lives? You're right.
You know?
But it's just that's a big detail in someone's life to hide. That's really, really big. So I think Debbie feels like she's I think more than she feels shocked by the information, I think Debbie more feels that she is not part of them. She's on the outside, they're on the inside. She's things are kept from Debbie. So I think that she just feels betrayed in that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the thing, Debbie. It is their marriage.
Oh, okay.
So
you're giving advice to Debbie now?
I'm not giving her advice. I'm just letting her know,
yeah, it is their marriage.
It is a marriage.
It's their sacred information that Larissa is available to share at any time she wants. But I think
she did. She shared the information with Colchi, and Colchi did not say anything. So there is that trust in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing he did was really just call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it. But other than that, I think they played it okay.
You think so?
Yeah, I think.
Why do you think they kept it from her for so long? I mean, Larissa explains it, but I guess that's a good enough explanation, but it just seems weird too.
No, I'm pretty sure she just. I can see why somebody would hide something like that,
Yeah.
especially if she was ashamed of the fact that she's not taking care of her kids.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You mentioned that in our last episode too.
So I can see why Larissa would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't get is like, why would Debbie overreact?
Yeah.
I mean, you already said it's because of the trust issue, but
Mhm.
at the same time, it's like, it's their marriage.
Right.
Why are you getting involved?
Well, I think
They
Debbie's
shouldn't be able to
been-
trust you with everything. They should
Yeah.
be able to come to you, but they shouldn't trust you with everything.
What we're going to see or talk about a little bit, and because we talk about like as the episode progresses, like per couple. So I think we're going to come up on this subject a little bit later because Debbie has just been. She's like she's the alpha in the house, and
is.
now she is not the alpha, and that is a really hard transition for her. And she seems like a little bit controlling, a little bit sensitive. And I think this is just like one more knock at Debbie, just to remind her, like, you are not the alpha anymore in Colty's life.
Yeah, it's a lot of mind games going on in that
Yeah,
house.
it is.
That it's
It's like a
weird
house
to
of
watch.
horrors.
Yeah, it's very weird to watch.
Yeah.
Very bizarre to watch because like you've known these things. I've been with people, and I've seen people play those kinds of games.
Oh, really?
I think we all have.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely think of
But
it.
I think what makes it weird is the fact that it's on national TV, like every
Yeah.
other day.
And you get to see the progression of all of it too.
Yeah,
like,
you get to see
when you're
that
in
too.
those situations. Like, I feel like they kind of blindside you, and you're like,
Mhm.
these like weird things keep happening to me and making me feel really uncomfortable. But you can't like always put the picture together for yourself. But we're watching it, so we got that bird's eye view.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah. Well, on a lighter note, we get the thrill of seeing Colchi and Larissa go on their way to a sexologist,
Which
a
is,
therapy appointment for sex.
I think just
'Cause they-
therapy would have been
I know,
fine.
just straight up therapy. But we all know Colchi is pretty demanding. And he
He's
says,
not demanding. He's pushy.
"Oh, okay. There's a
he's-
difference to you."
He's he like low key. He tells you what he wants from you, but like, he tries not to yell. So you don't say, "Oh, you yelling at me. You're demanding things from me." But he's sneaky about it when he wants something.
Yeah. And he doesn't give anyone any other options. Like, it's just, like, as you said, he tells you exactly what it is, but, like, there's no negotiating with him. There's no, like, option A, B, C. What would you feel more comfortable with? Like, it's just one thing.
Yeah.
So it's like that in their
His
sex
way or the our
life.
way.
Yeah. They haven't boned in a month.
They
Honestly,
haven't what?
boned. What's wrong with you? What?
Just
That's what
you
it says in my notes.
So you said it.
They haven't had sex in a month.
They haven't boned.
And you know what I'm surprised by? I'm pretty shocked that Colchi is ponying up money for this. Like, he is such a spendthrift.
I'm not, because this is another thing that involves sex.
Right.
He gave her the lips thing, like the injections, even though they were like 400. Was it, how much were they? Like $400?
400 a syringe.
Yeah,
And
because they were
I
like
think they used
more
2
than her,
syringes.
like than her
Her budget
her
for the
budget,
month?
yeah.
Yeah, her credit card budget of $200 prepaid per month.
Yeah, so, like, but she said, "Oh, well, if I get him, then you can get blowjobs."
Right. And that was a weird
And
dynamic.
That was weird, but he was
Yeah.
like, "Okay," and
Yeah, he
and
went up to that.
now we have this that they didn't go just regular therapy, which I think would have helped more.
I know, it would have been great.
Because I don't think sex is the problem. I think it's just themselves. I feel like they should have gone to therapy instead of going to
Yeah.
a sex therapist. Because now he's saying, "Oh, no, I want to have more sex. I don't want to fix my marriage. I just want to have sex." It's almost like he's just saying this to get out. Like he knows the end is near, and he's just trying to squeeze the most sex he can out of it.
Yeah.
And then he's
probably.
like, "All right, fuck it. She's gone anyway. So let's just get as many blowies and a lot of sexies out of this Titanic of a relationship."
Which is so gross and so misogynistic.
I'm telling you, he's a desperate man right now. Well, he was in that episode.
Yeah.
That's what he was portraying, and that's what it looked like. That's what it came across to me, at
Right.
least.
Well, part of the reason why they haven't been boning as much is because Larissa says that she just like can't open up to him. She can't like she can't put herself in a sexual like position with him because he called the cops on her. And
Oh
had
yeah,
a
that's
huge
kind of
effect.
weird. Yeah.
No, but that's like a mistrustfulness. Like, I mean, sometimes like I don't want to even hug you if you like don't look at me right or something like that. I'm like, what's his problem? You know? I mean, that's a bad example, but it happens to all of us. I
Yeah,
just
I don't
I thought
know.
it was interesting that she brought that up and she was able to actually like pinpoint her emotions like that for someone who has not been able to.
Ooh, someone
Yeah.
just throws an E at the end of almost every sentence.
Right. And she just flies off the handle like most of the time. So
Yeah.
it's kind of also unexpected that she could like describe her feelings like that.
Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah.
And now that you mention it, yeah, you're right. She did mention that. She pinpointed her feelings and what she was gonna do. Well, how she feels about that whole situation. And yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, if something happened and you send me to jail, I would say, and then I came back, but then you were like the only one. Like, let's just say you're the only one paying the bills, and you have that, and you hold it over my head because like without you, I would be homeless. And then you're like, "Hey, what's up? Come over here and hug me." I'd be like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
But like,
You,
like
like,
I still
can't-
hug you
Yeah.
because you're paying the bills, and I don't want to be homeless. I want to stay in my home. In this case, you know, and then the scenario, the home would be the United States, and I would be Larissa, and you would be Colchi,
Great analogy.
and hugging would be Bonin. I feel like I would feel a little weird towards you because
Right.
you did send me to jail.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on with her.
So I can see why she's feeling like that. Yeah.
And remember when they were in the car and he was like, I don't see where there's the problem. I'm attracted to you. You're attracted to me. And she just like scrunched up her face and like basically did what we all do when he is so confident.
She gave that look that you give me when I say I help around the house and I clean
I
in
just
front
laughed
of
right
people.
now there. I just laughed.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you
that
do
was her
some
reaction. That was her
things, but-
reaction.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
So then they get mad. You know, this. Then she throws in. She throws the what's that? Her quote. What she threw a little quote. What did she say?
I don't remember.
Oh, she said that
Oh,
Colchi
right.
is a nymphomaniac,
Yep.
and she just can't do it 10 times in one day.
Right.
He needs to like
Ew.
calm down because she's not a blow up dolly.
Right. Exactly. And she's not. No
She's
one
not.
is. No one is. This is a weird position to be in. He has some
Yeah.
unrealistic expectations.
Yeah,
But you know how you said something to the effect of like you just wish they went to real therapy? I mean,
Yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
I thought the therapist did a pretty good job of balancing both. Like, for example, the therapist actually, like Larissa was explaining about how like maybe they're not sexual because she feels like the second wife. And the therapist said something about, she said something to Colchi about, like, do you enjoy the contention between your mother and your wife? Do you, like, enjoy being in that position?
He did
Yeah.
laugh. Like he didn't laugh. He smiled a little bit.
Yeah, and
Like-
he does.
Like he was saying, like, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was glad she brought that up because I think that's one of the biggest issues. Like, Colchi is the weird one.
Yeah,
And
he's
he loves
weird.
that attention.
I mean, he lived with Debbie for so long, and
Right.
he says he doesn't have any like relationships with other women besides his mom.
We get it now, Colchi.
Yeah,
We totally get it.
yeah. I'm still Team Colchi.
Why?
Yeah, I'm Team Colchi.
I'm
I can't
not.
stand Larissa anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't
get
do it.
that. I don't know. I guess I don't like either of them. I think that's my position.
But if you have to pick, you know who I'd pick?
Who?
The slot machine.
Yeah, the slot machine is really hanging in there by a thread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the big fight.
Yeah. I would pick the slot machine. I would put it right here, right there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
If only we get that lucky.
Yeah, if only we can get another storage facility. That would be the first thing I would put up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And during that whole argument about the slot machine, we got another fun quote from Larissa. She calls Debbie a territorialist, which I'm not sure that's a word.
I think I looked it up, and I think it might be.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember, actually.
Well, I take it back. Maybe
No,
it
but
is a
still,
word.
it sounded weird.
It
She
sounds
was like,
weird when
you
she
are
says
very
it.
territorialist.
Normally, you'd say, like, you're territorialistic. I think that's the word.
No, I don't even think that's a word.
I don't know. So yeah, because Larissa wants to decorate. She doesn't want to have like all of these like contraptions or appliances in her house. It seems like appliances is the issue with her, because she took like a rice cooker or like some other kind of kitchen appliance and put it in the garage, and that irked Debbie. But Debbie's been telling her like, you can decorate however you want, and then Debbie flips on her and is like, why are you changing everything? Which is frustrating.
I can see that. I can see what she means.
What? Who? What's she?
I can see it from both points of views.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I come home and I leave a pair of pants on the floor, and then when I come home, they're not on the floor.
Yep.
And I'm like,
I can
what the
explain
hell?
that one. Do you want to know why?
And then they're in the dirty basket. I'm like, they're clean. I just wore them last night. So I can see why she would get it like that. Because she's changing all of her things that she was used to having.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this was like our issue hour.
No, it's not our issue hour. I'm just trying to relate to them.
Yeah.
So I can understand why they're acting the way they're acting.
I get it. It's just different things. Like, I don't like pants in the middle of the kitchen floor. And if I see like a mustard stain on your pants, then I put them in the laundry basket. And if I don't find a mustard stain on your pants, then I put them in your other special basket where all of your miscellaneous items that I pick up around the house go. You have a special basket for that.
I love mustard.
Yeah. So no pants in the kitchen. All right. So one part that we did skip about this couple, as part of their therapy appointment, they get to do homework. And there's like one sexual, one adventurous, and then one just like cutesy or something.
And of course, Coach is excited.
Yeah, and he's super gross about it. But the date that we do see is just like the lamest date I've ever seen. He takes Larissa to a pumpkin patch. And like, that's not like, she's never done that before, so maybe that's why. But she's just not impressed.
She also didn't look that good.
What? Oh, you're judging her?
Her style.
I mean, yeah.
Her fashion was just not.
Yeah. But it's like Brazilian fashion, like the really tight clothes. And so it's Brazilian fashion, Brazilian sizes, American freshman 15. I think that was the issue.
She always dresses like she's going to a club.
Yeah. That's Brazilian fashion.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like really tight clothes, like acid wash jeans and like really cute little tops. That's what I see, at least. All the Brazilian people in our area.
She was wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
And she was wearing a
I was just
shirt that
describing an
didn't match.
alternative. Yeah. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she thought she was going to CVS. Like, he told her, like, you're going to a pumpkin patch. She didn't even know what a pumpkin was.
No, she knew what a pumpkin was. She just didn't know what she was going to.
Right.
Because he took her to a pumpkin farm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, like what he explained. He said, "This is a pumpkin farm."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Wait, reenact when he described how to carve a pumpkin. Do you remember that part?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It was so psycho.
Psycho.
I wouldn't feel safe sleeping in the house.
Yeah,
if
no,
he
I wouldn't
explained
either.
that to me.
Yeah, like he said, he's like, well, basically, dear, what you do is you grab the pumpkin and then you stab it and you
said
stab
it
it like
slow.
painfully, and then you cut it, and then you start carving it, and then you take out the insides, and I was like, what the fuck? No. You carve a pumpkin. You just say you carve a pumpkin. If I wanted to explain to Larissa what pumpkin carving was, I would say you grab a little knife, you cut around, you take the top off, you take out the seeds, and then you make a face on it, and then you put something in like a light so it can look cool from inside, and then you put it on your front porch or something.
Right. Yeah, and it smiles.
I
out
wouldn't
at
be
the
like, yeah,
neighborhood.
you stab it and then you put a hole in it, and
He does different kind of.
yeah,
pumpkin
that was weird. That was
carving.
very weird.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we've been saying the word pumpkin the whole time, but Larissa coined the term pumpy. She's at a pumpy patch.
She's
or
at a pumpy patch.
farm.
Yeah, she said
And
Pumppys farm.
It was so funny.
She said it twice. She's a pumpkin, and she said puppins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah, struggling.
Yeah, so that's really. Is that it for them? I don't know.
We went a little out of order, but that was it. That's all I have.
We did. We were all over the place, but that's a lot to cover.
This is our warm up. Yeah, I know. We gotta.
Yeah,
I mean,
they usually get
luckily-
good towards the middle.
Yeah. Stick with us, people.
Some of them do, some of them don't. That's okay.
So the next one.
Some of them leave us reviews saying that you yawn a lot.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was trying to look up the name of the person. Hold on, 1 minute. Wait, talk about something.
And they are right.
Yeah,
They are
I
very
haven't
right.
yawned once. I have not. Okay, it was. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but it's SWTPCH10. On Friday, they left us a review saying they love Miguel because he can like speak to the like a Mexican perspective to like understand how people coming here might feel, and that's really helpful. And then he or she gave advice that was like, Jenna, however, yawns the whole time, and it
Which
sounds
is not even a bad thing.
it's not the worst. It's a natural.
It's just one
thing.
episode that you did it.
I know, but I wanted to apologize to everyone. Sorry about that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna yawn into the mic. I'm a newbie at this.
Yeah, she is.
But it did make me laugh a lot.
Yeah, she really did. When I read it, she
Yeah.
was dying.
I
in
was
the
so
kitchen.
unexpected. But yeah, it made me laugh.
You know what I did notice?
What?
That I do say a lot, but that's just me. I'm processing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm trying not to say the word fuck in between.
Oh yeah.
Because
That's an
one thing
issue.
is like I did learn English here in Boston, so every 2-3 words I throw the F word in there. So I'm trying not to say it by just saying I should just not say anything in between
You're doing fine.
to avoid saying and the F word.
I literally have never noticed those two things about you, so I don't care.
No. I say it mostly during our podcast. This
Yeah.
is something that we could have just talked about outside of the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, right. We're going really long. This might be a long episode because it was a two-parter. It was like
I think we might release it just like half of it, like half, and then another half.
you want to? So
That's
do
what
like two
that's what
couples?
yeah.
Okay.
That's what we should have done.
I hope that's okay for all of you too.
Everybody's gonna like it.
Yeah.
All right, we're still getting ready. Obviously, this isn't gonna be the hottest topic, but it's a good one to begin with. Colchi and Larissa. So let's close it out. Let's close it out.
Yeah.
So they left the Pumppys farm, and they go back home.
Right.
They're decorating the house, and Debbie's like, "Hey, I want to help out." So she goes into the closet and pulls out a hand.
Yeah. A severed hand.
Yes, a severed hand.
And a severed foot.
And the severed foot. And then she gets into an argument with the queen, obviously.
Same staircase.
Same
Same
staircase, yeah.
as the last argument.
And she there it is. I just said
That's okay. Just keep going.
Okay, so they get into a fight. There's a shouting. You move my things. I mean, I move your things. You get mad. You come at me. And just so you know, we're going to move the slot machine. And Debbie was like, F no. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's touching that. That stays there. And I can honestly say that if that was the one thing, let's just say that if you put something out, or like me, I People don't know this, but I have several action figures.
Let's
And I put 'em
quantify
out.
several. I'd say about like 50 I'm looking at just in one corner of our house. Behind us, there's a couple more. And then I'm looking at a whole box full of maybe like 200 action figures. So that's an understatement saying several. It's a commitment, a life commitment.
Right. Let's just say you hate them. You don't want them in your house.
I mean, if you're saying that, I'm not
But
going
I'm
to
like,
deny
hey,
it.
no, because I like them. They have a
you
sentimental
do.
value to me.
Right.
And you respect that.
Yeah, we got special shelves for them.
You respect that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Larissa came into that house was that she just came out here and she said she went out to Vegas. She went out to Debbie's house.
Mm-hmm.
This is Debbie's house, first
She
of
thought
all.
it was her house going into it.
Saying, hey, we got to get rid of that. And it's like, we can't because that has an emotional value to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
It was given to her by my dad who passed.
Right.
And she, in her like egotistical mind and her selfish mind, said, oh, I don't care. This is my house now because I'm your wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, bitch, that's not how it works.
Right.
You need to like acknowledge the fact that there's other people living there too. You know, and you have to respect them. Even if it was Debbie already said that it's okay for her to move everything around. It's fine. It's taken her a little time to process it because, you know, it was her house. And that's why, you know, she gets a little weirded out when people move things. But she gets it. She's trying to understand that. And now with the slot machine, it's like you can move whatever the hell you want. You just don't touch that. And Larissa doesn't get it. It makes Larissa want to touch it even more and wants to move her out of the house more.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, I don't like Larissa. I don't like that.
Well,
That is, I'm
what's
telling
to
you right now,
like, you
that is
know?
her exact thought. She's just provoking Debbie by trying to move the machine.
She is. After Debbie has been so nice to her
And she
supporting her in
has.
court, driving her everywhere.
Driving her around.
Like Debbie has really like bent over backwards for
Yeah.
Larissa. And this is just like an insult to injury, as they say.
But like she uses Debbie like she's like the ugly girlfriend that she has. You know? Like she always, she like the hot girl and hangs out with
Yeah.
the girl that is
Like
not as pretty.
Yeah, a beard or something.
And she just like uses her for like whatever she needs. Like
Maybe.
to like drive her around, take her here, take her there.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, she like hug her and be like, "We're pals," and then she makes that disgusting laugh that shows her gums. Ugh.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a big fan of Larissa anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the beginning.
Right.
She got me. I thought she was a good person, but she's
Yeah.
not. She is not a good
Court
person.
brought out the best in her. I think that was the best we're ever going to see of
The
her.
court, yes, because it kept her humble.
Mm-hmm.
It kept her like on a level. Like, hey, listen, shit's about to get serious. And she was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I need to like be nice to people. I need to. And then once what was the name of the lawyer?
Adam?
Adam. Once Adamy took her out of jail, like got her free, she went back to being the same horrible person.
Yeah. Yeah, she's back on top now. And she's
I'm gonna go ahead and
treating
say it.
everyone like
I'm gonna go ahead
everyone's
and say
lower.
it.
What?
She needs to get deported.
Yeah, we're waiting.
She needs
We're
to get
waiting.
deported.
That was my estimate, or that was my guess in the
Sorry I
early
interrupted you.
episodes. That's okay.
I'm very passionate about this show.
I know, me too. I get it.
Yeah, she needs to get deported. I'm with Debbie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm Team Debbie.
Yeah, everybody has like their own thing, their little. You know, we all have them. We all have problems.
Were you surprised, however, that Debbie had such gruesome Halloween things?
Yeah,
that
that was weird.
Like shocked me a little bit. I thought she would like have sweet Halloween things,
Like a cat dressed as a pumpkin or something.
something like that.
That
yeah.
was very weird. She was like, "Oh, I got some decorations
I
too."
did not expect that. That's like usually a certain type of
Like
person.
spider webs or something.
It makes sense for Colchi, but not Debbie.
Yeah, that was weird.
You keep me guessing, Debbie.
Yeah.
You do.
I do like Debbie a lot, and we've said this before here. Debbie, if you ever want to come down to our storage facility, we have plenty of room for your slot machine. We'll keep it nice. We'll keep it safe. We'll decorate it.
Yeah. The cleaning ladies will like shine it up a little bit.
They will shine it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They will make it look nice.
Dust free. It's great.
Anything you want, Debbie.
Yeah, come to our house. We'll
Heck
take
yeah.
care of you.
Yeah. I actually wrote, hell yeah, Debbie.
Yeah. I know, she's asserting herself more.
That was one of my notes.
Do you think it was about the argument?
Yes, because she's stuck to her guns. She's like, you're not touching that,
Yeah.
and that's final.
I think having two rules like that about yourself, like, I think that's reasonable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think Debbie's being crazy.
She's not being
But
crazy.
I do feel like we're belaboring this a little bit. Do you want to move on to Libby and Andre? Or do you want to stick with Colchi?
No. I mean, that's the last things I had for her.
Okay.
I just want to say that I'm very happy she stuck to her guns.
Yeah, go
and
Debbie.
that she told, and then Larissa had this look on her face like, oh, I'm going to get rid of that machine. But she's not. She's not. She can't. She won't.
She better
and
not.
She better not, yeah. So, yeah, all right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next person because we definitely... Well, here's the thing. There's 2 episodes, so there's a lot of things
That's a lot,
happening
yeah. It's true.
per person now.
Mm-hmm.
We already covered one. Now we're about to cover the other one,
Mm-hmm.
which is Libby and Andrew, right? We're going to do both episodes.
Let's do it. Extra long episode.
Sorry about my voice. I'm trying to drink water, too, because
You're
I
okay.
don't know.
You're doing great. I think
Okay.
you're wonderful. Okay, so Libby, I think Libby had the famous quote of this episode. I mean, there's always a lot, but this one really stuck out to me. She said, "It's really hard having a baby on the way and having to pay rent now." Oh my God, Libby. Libby is just like on another planet. Like everyone has to pay rent.
I
in
didn't
some
catch
form or
that.
another. Yeah.
Is
was
that
like,
what you said?
yeah, she was walking around a house that she's property managing for her dad. And it was just kind of like a fleeting thought that the producers included.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
think it was for all of us to just be like, Libby, oh my God. Like, yes, that's why you had a free house and you should have stuck with it. And we all think that was a dumb move. Like she and Andre needed to get on the same page with Andre so much longer ago. Like she got on the same page with him almost today, like in this episode that we saw.
Yeah.
Like she is chipping away at him and working really hard at that. I think she should have done that months ago. And they
She
wouldn't be in
should've.
this predicament right now.
Yeah. She should have said something to him.
Yeah.
Like I think I said it before, but she was with her husband. She was trying to support him, trying to be like, all right, Andre, I trust you, and I trust that you know what you're doing. But like now, Andre's like, he doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a piece missing for him.
There's something going on with him that he thinks that everything's just gonna come to him, and he doesn't have to work hard for it. And I don't know. I don't want to say that's something that he probably thought back in Moldova, but I feel like he just thinks that coming here, it's like you're here, and then you just get everything handed to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he thinks, but that's the vibe that he's given me.
Immigrant perspective. Have you ever thought that about America, like before you came here? I mean, you were so young, but did anyone ever like influence you like that? Because I feel like that's a common misconception about America, that it's just like the land of milk and honey, if you will, and it just like flows honey, flows milk, you know.
And that's actually
everyone
one of the
lives
quotes
well.
that Mother Chantel said,
Right.
like in another episode. It was like 2
Yeah.
episodes ago, maybe. And she basically said that she's like, oh, he thinks he can just come here and everything's gonna be nice. Like he doesn't want to work hard.
Yeah, you got to work hard.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's Mother Chantel. That's another one.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Andre. He needs to get a job.
Yeah, I mean, you'd
Get a
think
job,
that,
bro.
yeah, maybe you'd think like maybe he grew up super wealthy or something like that and didn't like never had to think about these
Well,
things.
I don't think you can make a lot of money being a handyman.
I know. So that's why it kind of like contradicts that for me. Like his perception like does not make sense for who he is. Libby, I think makes a little bit more sense because Libby seems like she's been taken care of for a very long time.
Yeah.
And hasn't had to worry about very much. Has kind of lived like a really nice life.
Yeah.
Not too nice, but
can say.
nice enough. Where
No, I think she looks like she's had a pretty
nice
good life.
So this is like a shock to her system that now she's like responsible for herself, responsible for him, responsible for this baby now, and has to
Yeah.
work.
That's messed up, Andre.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know,
If you're
not enough
pregnant,
support.
like I don't know, like I put up with you
What do you mean?
until that baby comes out, and I'd be like, all right, listen,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna have to turn it down a little bit.
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
For what?
If that was our situation, and you were pregnant, and
You'd ask me to turn it down even though you're not
no,
working?
like I would put up with you with your like crazy
Oh.
behavior.
But it's not crazy. Like, everything she's saying is, like, right. Like, she's encouraging her husband just to get a job.
Oh no, I'm just warning you.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling
you're not,
you.
like, can you, like, bring it home a little bit? I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Well,
you're just saying me as me.
Yeah, if you were
Oh.
pregnant and you acted crazy, I'd put up with you. And then I'd be like, all right, well, now that you're not pregnant anymore, tone it down. Don't be crazy.
Okay.
But, like, I would
Good
put up with
note.
you. I would get a job. I would work. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's what
Right.
Andrew should do.
That's what you
He
do.
should take
yeah.
care of himself. Take care of himself, his family.
Mhm.
He claims every episode that he wants to provide for his family,
Mhm.
and he never does. So, dude, get a job. She's pregnant. Help her out.
Just, like, be a partner, too. Like, why is he putting all of this on her anyway? Like, he could have handymanned, like, months ago, you know?
He could have.
But he didn't have that idea, which I feel like is not, like,
It's
a
not even about
novel
having the idea. It's like, dude, you just do it.
Do something. Just do
Do
anything.
it.
I think, like, if he did anything for the family, like, they would be impressed.
You don't want a
but-
truck? That's fine.
Yeah.
Get yourself a bucket of tools and go crazy.
Yeah.
Start fixing things. You know? There's
Mm-hmm.
no need for you to like sit around and let your wife take care of you. You're not Jay. You're not 20 years old.
Right. He's a little older.
Yeah.
One thing that's kind of interesting that came out is, and I mean, I think we're all feeling this way too, or maybe not, I don't know, but Libby revealed to her dad that she's kind of scared that if she reveals the information about him, about her dad Chuck giving her the money to rent the apartment, that Andre is going to be irate, which I feel like is a special word to use when someone is really, 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 really angry and you're kind of like fearful of how they're going to react.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Like that, having that kind of fear of your
Yeah, you
husband is
shouldn't.
scary.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't fear you like that.
I don't fear you.
Yeah, that's not a thing that should
That's no
happen.
way to
That's
live.
not. Yeah, that is no way to live.
So
Especially when you
that's
have a baby
a
in you.
But I think Chuck can't. Like Chuck keeps like what is it? He keeps revealing himself like an onion. Like at first, I was not Team Chuck at all. I was like, this guy's like self-absorbed. He's crazy. But as the episodes go on, like you learn a little bit more and more about him. And he shows a little bit more of himself and how he's a good father and, you know, just like a businessman of sorts. And so I thought he had some good relationship advice for Libby. And it seems like he and Libby actually have a good relationship.
Yeah.
I found him to be like thoughtful, open, and you know, even though like he has such an awkward relationship with Andre and like a little bit awkward with Libby now, like he keeps putting himself out and like offering support, offering jobs. I mean, in his conditions, but they were reasonable.
Yeah, he didn't ask for anything crazy.
Right. He was like, I want this to be, if Andre is going to have a job, I want it to be a business arrangement. He needs to come ask me so I know he's invested, like blah, 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 blah.
And Libby mentioned it to Andre, and she was right. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, he was irate.
Yeah, he was.
That's what-
He was irate.
This is where the fun quote of the episode comes up.
Yeah.
Don't terrorize me with your pregnancy.
Yeah, that's god when he
What
said
a
that
quote.
was so funny.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
but
think
you
I
thought-
already
Yeah,
I already
that-
discussed that
right,
in the last episode about what I think happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it made for a hell of a quote.
Yeah. So let's see.
My
I'm just-
favorite part was
Uh-huh.
when he goes, "Huh, do you want a beer?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was messing around
That was his version
because
of a joke.
you're pregnant. I was like, well, you're definitely not gonna be doing stand-up comedy anytime soon either, Andre.
Yeah.
Because that was just a horror. I was first of all a horrible joke. Second of all, your timing was bad. It
Real
was
bad.
it was really bad.
It did not even make me laugh.
No, it was like a. I don't even know what kind of. Oh, it was weird.
Yeah.
Do you want a
felt real
beer?
flat.
Huh? Because you are pregnant.
Mhm.
She's like, fucking hate you.
Yeah.
She literally had that face like, you're an idiot. And he was like, huh, I am messing.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure he wanted to say
so
like, I'm messing
awkward.
around or I'm kidding. But he's like, I am messing.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
It was funny.
But also
It was.
that part leads to her admitting that she borrowed money from her dad.
Mhm.
She didn't get a bonus like she said she did.
No, in advance. So
Oh,
in
in
advance
advance,
on her
yes.
salary.
Yes.
Which, like, that's getting money anyway from them.
Right.
Like, so I don't think he understands what even that is.
Right. Like I said, he probably thinks that she was just like typing
Yeah.
on a
Oh, right,
computer
right.
and she like typed twice as fast. And they're like, "Oh wow, Libby, you're a really fast typer this week. We're gonna give you a bonus."
Yeah.
Like he didn't even question where the money came from.
At all.
Which, like, if you pull out a $20 bill and be like, "Where'd you get that?"
Yeah.
Like, if I don't get how he just didn't wonder, or just had a little bit of curiosity. Where did money come from?
Right. If they're, like, struggling so much, like, every penny matters, you know?
Right.
You notice that kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course you would. But like, I don't think he's all up there right now.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, there is something
Do you
going on
think it's
too.
mental health
I
issues?
don't know if he has mental health issues as
Yeah.
much as I think he's just an angry person.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see him be sweet.
I know. He was sweet at their wedding.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't even remember it.
He, like, got past the issues with the sisters on that day, and he was kind of nice to her. I don't really remember it much, but
Like, I want to see what she sees in him.
Right.
Like, normally you can see what people see in each other.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, I'm like, why? What
Yeah.
did she say?
I don't know. Maybe she has low self-esteem, so anything seems great.
You think so? Maybe because, like, the
think
other
it's
sisters, look like they're pretty good looking.
I mean, yeah, they work at it, but yeah. She's, like, you know, she's the third one.
Like
It's
the one
kind
that
of like
went
the Kardashians.
"Holla."
Like, they're all beautiful in their own way, but, like, having, like, one sister who's incredibly beautiful makes the other sisters in comparison look ugly.
Oh no.
So
Well, Libby,
that's
we
that
think you're
theory.
beautiful, and we're
do.
supporting you. We're rooting for you, and we're loving what you're doing on the show.
That's true.
Yeah, she's showing. She's adapting very quickly to whatever, mischiefs Andre gets into. So, there you are. Stop yawning.
No one heard me.
I heard you.
No one
I
heard me
heard
because it
you.
wasn't on the mic.
I'm glad that person reviewed the podcast.
I know. Thank you for your honest feedback.
Yes.
We're
If you-
adjusting as necessary.
I listened to it again and I was like, oh, she does.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
When you read it out loud, I was like, I did yawn a lot.
Yeah. So, but she took a nap
I did.
and she still did it.
Sorry. I mean, right now for us, it's 9:56. We do this at night because we work all day. And then we do, like, a bunch of other stuff. Like, we had to, like, find apartments today. And
I don't want to get an apartment.
what?
I'm getting another storage facility. I can't do
Right.
this.
We only want to live in storage facilities.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And drive Hummers.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And eat spicy food.
Do you want
That-
to in your? Oh yeah, you do it.
No, you do it.
No, you do it.
No, you do it.
It was a fun one.
Oh,
Do you want it to burn your mouth or burn your ass? I love when she said that.
She's my favorite.
I know.
Shout out to Annie
Yeah, that's Annie and
And Dave.
David from what is it called?
from 90 Day Fiance. They're like the 90 Day Fiance All Stars. Like
Yeah.
they're the guys that the entire community just like adore.
Right. They
Like
do it
it's like
all
Annie,
so well.
David, and then maybe what's her name? Oh gosh,
What does she look
Danielle.
Oh, Danielle. No one
See-
likes her.
Oh, everybody loves Danielle.
I don't.
Danielle and Mohammed are like the ultimate hero and villain of
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance.
They're the best
of all
characters that
time.
90 Day Fiance is.
Yes, they're like the classic Hulk Hogan versus like Andre the Giant. Like they're
For
the
wrestling.
epic hero and the epic villain. They're the best. They're the best. All right. So, anyways, let's move on. Or do you have anything else against
Chantel
this?
and Pepe. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, me too. I really don't have
I
too
mean,
much time to
yeah.
talk about them.
So the episode starts out with Chantel talking on FaceTime to her friend Obed. I found
Yes.
it kind of flirty. I don't know, but she was like unexpectedly friendly with him.
I
We
think she
haven't
was
seen her.
basically sending a message to Pepe,
Oh,
like, "Hey,
I can do it too.
you can be replaced.
Yeah. Ooh.
You can literally be replaced in like
Good.
2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this guy speaks better English, and he answers my calls.
Right.
So
That is a step up.
you gotta step it up.
Yeah.
You gotta step it up, Pepe.
And they talk. Obed, I found, was asking like some really tough questions to her that like no one's really asked. Like her family asked her tough questions, but I remember he was like, he understood the whole situation. She explained it, and he was like, "What are you going to do about that? Like, are you going to go to the DR and visit him and like see, or are you going to like, stay off of it?" And he also shares that the mom and sister are weird.
They are. I
weird
definitely
vibes.
do not. I mean, the vibes that I get from the show is that sister Pedro and mother Pedro,
Nicole and Lydia.
yes, are basically just using Chantel for money. Well, using Pedro to get to Chantel so they can get to her money, which they have been.
Yeah, they have a
Because
joint
he's-
savings account, we learned.
Yes,
And
we
he's
did.
on this trip just using the savings account.
Which is absolutely insane.
It's brutal.
If any of us ever went away and spent that savings money, I don't think either one of us would be happy.
Yeah.
We'd be like, "Hey, how about you don't do that?"
If you were like enjoying a vacation
Yeah,
by
what if
yourself,
I went to Mexico
I mean,
and we had a joint account and I'm like, "What's up? I'm out here dancing and putting my ring in a drink."
yeah, that would not be okay. But it would be another thing if you were just like going down there, like just having a normal trip.
hmm
I mean, you have to spend some money, but
No, I wouldn't spend money.
what?
I wouldn't spend that much money.
Well, yeah, it's Mexico. Like the exchange rate is wonderful.
It
You feel like a
is.
millionaire, like when
I
you're down
know,
there.
but only when it comes to food.
Yeah.
All
true.
right. We keep getting
I
sidetracked.
know.
All right. So
So, but
basically,
Obed
Chantel-
actually has real evidence on why the mom and the sister are weird. 'Cause
He does?
Yeah, but he doesn't tell Chantel what it is. He said, "Come down here to the DR and I'll tell you what it is." So he almost like baits her. It's very strange. I thought that part was
Huh.
weird.
I did not see it like that.
Yeah.
The way I saw it was Chantel wanted to hear somebody say, "Yeah, you should totally go," because everybody, like the mom, mother Chantel and father Chantel, have been like really like nice about it, and they told her, "Don't go,
Right.
don't go."
Yeah.
We'll
don't have to
go.
be- Yeah.
I wanted them to go, to be honest with you,
I
but
know,
they're
me
not gonna. But they basically said like, don't think about this, don't make an irrational move, don't just go for it, don't be impulsive about this whole situation. Take it easy. Maybe she should take a break away from him too,
Right. It would be healthy.
you know, and come back in a month and see what happens, see
Yeah.
where you both need to be, or need to go. Anyways, yeah, I feel like she just wanted to hear somebody say, "Yes, you should go." And I think that guy was, what's his name again?
Obed.
Obed. I feel like Obed was the guy that told her to go. That just, yes, make the trip. That's what you want to hear.
And she also goes out with her girls for the exact same situation. They go
Which-
to a club and a strip mall and
Yep.
get all dressed up. And she explains the whole situation. And they're like, "Yeah, you better go down there."
By the way, I want to apologize to Winter Chantel.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
Because you said her name was Willow Chantel.
She looks like a willow to me.
So we were calling her Willow the entire episode.
Yeah.
It's not Willow. It's
I'm
Winter.
So sorry.
Winter Chantel.
Mm-hmm.
We love you and we apologize.
Thanks for doing that.
Love the outfit too, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So sparkly. So shiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
She looked like Beyonce in Goldmember.
Mm-hmm.
That was wonderful.
Good reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they tell her that she should go too,
Mm-hmm.
but she shouldn't. She shouldn't go.
Right. She should
Shouldn't
stay
go at
home.
all.
She should go to school. She should work.
Right.
You know, and maybe separate their bank accounts or something.
Huh. Yes. Well, if you want to do that, he would have to come back and be like, "Yes, I'm signing away the fact that I'm no longer part of this bank account."
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's a little more complicated.
Just a little more complicated. Yeah. So yes, that's she ended up calling him and saying, "Hey, I'm coming over."
Right.
And he's like,
He reacts very oddly.
well, here's the thing. She says, "I miss you." He says, "I miss you back." And then she says, "I'm coming to the DR." And he's like, "Don't. I don't want you to." And she's like, "The fuck is that? I'm coming."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I don't want you to." And then I guess at the end he kind of agrees for her to come. Like, he's not going to stop her.
In between, he's like, why don't you go to Florida? Why don't you go to California? He was just like giving advice on like where she should travel for a trip. Like, that was just not the point of why she wanted to go to specifically the DR. Like, that was the part that was weird for me. It almost seemed like he was in a panic when he was talking to her and like just like trying to come up with any reason to dissuade her. He was like using everything in his brain.
He was probably thinking about his mom and his sister and how they're going to like behave around her.
Yeah.
Which, when he broke the news to them, they were like, "What? No, she's not staying here."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "All right, well, fucking, where else is she going to stay? She has to stay here."
Right.
And I guess they were upset because when Nicole Pedro went to Atlanta, they treated her badly.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're like holding the grudge.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, how about you just become the better person, the better family, and not act crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, have you thought about that? They're like, no, we're gonna act the same. It's like, well, then you are probably a worse family for thinking that you have to retaliate.
Right. Yeah.
don't.
There's no
You
good that
don't.
can come of that. Like,
Right.
Family stuff you should pretty much just drop.
You know who thinks like that?
Who?
Teenagers and Ashley.
Right. That's
That's
true.
it.
Yep. That whole bracket.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Chantel should drop Pedro and then just stop everything.
Yeah. She can rebuild. It'll
Yes, she
be
can.
okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
She will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all I have for them. I really don't.
Well, I had something else. Like, I was thinking. So one thing that is strange, like, we saw a clip back to like some other kind of conversation where the mother Chantel asks Pedro, like, what are you? I saw that you and your sister and your mom have an online business, and I went to the website, and it seemed a little bit weird. And then Pedro said something like, my mom and my sister find women in the DR to go marry men in America for money. Like, he said that, and then Chantel overcorrected him, and she was like, no, he said he didn't. They don't do that.
Right, but
That was weird.
yeah, no, because I do remember that because remember Pedro doesn't know how to say don't
Oh, is that like a thing?
or didn't
I don't know.
or won't.
Right. Any kind of
when
contraction.
he says it in Spanish, but
Yeah.
in English with
That
the
is
Spanish.
a hard one.
Not really.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I mean,
See?
you could just
I
say like,
used it.
I do not. Yeah, but like learning English wise, that's a unique.
But
to
that's like a
English
thing you
kind of
learned right
thing.
away.
Yeah.
You go, how do
guess.
I say this?
Right.
You don't go, I know, not know that.
Yeah.
You go, no, it's I don't.
But he's sticking with the first version.
But he's sticking with I know.
Yeah.
I know, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which to him means I don't do that.
Right.
And for us, or like people that like are talking to him, it means, oh, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So like it gets mixed up.
It does. It gets, and the clip looked weird. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like kind of think like what could be weird about them. Like I know people can be weird and like it's usually weirder than you expect, but I don't know. That sounds weird.
I don't even know what
Like
you're talking
some
about
kind
right
of
now.
Is it like a trafficking business? Like that's where my mind goes.
No. I don't even know. I kind of want to go see the website just to know what it's about.
Me too. How do we find it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
If
gonna
anyone
ask people.
knows,
I'm gonna
let
ask
us
people.
know. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna ask people, your people?
I know people.
You know people. Okay.
I know people.
All right. So yeah, and I would say I'm just trying to see.
I have nothing else for them.
Yeah, I have that the mom was wearing a weird outfit at the end. Like she looked like a Cheesecake Factory waiter.
Pedro's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pedro's mom.
Mother Pepe is not.
She's weird.
She's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're all weird looking.
They're weird. I mean, I don't know about
I know
looking,
a lot of,
but
I
like
know,
choices wise.
I'm part of like a lot of groups on Facebook, and some women say that Pedro's attractive. I'm like, he's like 5'6",
5'6".
and he's
oh, yeah,
not
you're
that
stuck
good
on the height
looking.
thing. Yeah.
Like he might have like a good
Okay.
body.
I bet he was a cute kid when he was younger, but I don't know about now.
I think he looks like a frog.
Yeah, I see that.
Like
Do I
not
see
like
that?
a frog, like
Not
one
like
of those
Kermit?
like frogs, like the meme frogs.
Oh, like a bullfrog?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I see that. The eyes kind of pop out a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sister looks just like that too.
Yeah, she really does. She's Kermity.
Yeah.
Like Kermit the Frog, like.
Yeah.
You know, with the like lean body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is the other girl's name?
Lydia, the mom?
Sulaima?
Oh, Karaima.
Karaima.
Yeah.
Whew.
What?
Pedro. Come on.
I think they belong together.
Oh,
I
gosh,
think they deserve
no.
each other. That's what I
No.
mean.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Please.
I thought she was pretty. I don't
Please, do that.
know. Yeah.
Do that, Pedro.
Yeah. You're saying it in the way he understands.
Mhm.
Please stop, Pedro.
Yeah.
Nicole and Azan.
Oh, no.
I know.
No.
You know what's funny though?
This is going to be an hour.
What?
Just this.
I know. Well, not that much happened in this episode. Like, I have a fair amount of notes, but I don't think a lot happened.